Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Art Therapy Thursday and we're going to work on the Mystical Lands of Bhushana, Journey to the Hidden Places. This is book 2 and we're going to work on the page that was being worked on by Tanya in her streams. And we're going to have a conversation. Well, I'm going to have a conversation about a few different things that have happened in the channel recently and have been happening for a little while with different people and different instances. And I've had this conversation before, and I just need to reiterate a few different things. So we're going to switch over to the close-up camera here, and we're just going to get started as I talk. Okay, so the first thing is there's a lot of different forums to have conversations on, and a lot of them are not public. A lot of them are private forums, and these are the types of forums that you go to discuss private things. A public forum such as the YouTube channel, even though the coloring community is a fantastic support group, and we're definitely there to keep you from dealing with or help you deal with certain instances and certain things. The live chats are a public forum. They are recorded for all time. They are available publicly on the YouTube channel. Yes, it is to subscribers that can chat. However, everybody can watch. And there are private things that people are divulging about their mental illnesses, about their illnesses, and that sort of thing that I just don't find to be appropriate to be discussed in chat. One of my policies is drama just isn't allowed. Anything that is going to cause a controversy or cause other people to be uncomfortable, I prefer you leave it at the door. You can definitely come in and say, yeah, I've had a bad day. I'm glad you guys are here. I can't wait to start coloring, to help my mood and to help how I feel. That I don't mind. I don't mind you coming in and just saying, I'm just in a foul mood and I have had a bad day, and that sort of thing. That is definitely a thing that you can put out there. Um, deep things about your psychological issues, I prefer you to leave at the door. So I'm putting that out there now because I'm going to be a little more stricter with what people say in my chat, because it makes other people very uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. And it also it can make people who have anxiety issues very anxious. So I know a lot of them don't say a lot about it because they're trying to be nice. And I don't particularly want to say anything about it because I want to be nice. But I do notice that people get very uncomfortable, and I want everybody in my chat to be comfortable. I think it's fabulous that you feel comfortable enough to discuss such things in my chat, and that makes me feel good. But for your own public safety, as well as the safety and security of other people in the chat, having these types of conversations during a live stream may not be the best place for that. So I'm going to ask that, when you come into my live streams, leave your issues at the door. Come in, have a good time, enjoy yourself, enjoy the company of others, and feel the energy and the relaxation of the hobby. You know, I understand that we all do. We all have issues. We all bring our issues to the table sometime. Um, but there are just some certain things that should not be brought out into the public forum, not only for everyone else, but for your own security and safety as well. Certain things can be held against you when they are out in public because, like I said, this is recorded on the internet for all time. Unless I delete it and then people can't see it. But I don't want to go deleting all of my live streams because there may be something in there that's detrimental to somebody. If I feel that the conversation has gone in a direction where it is possible that somebody can get hurt with the conversation later on, I may find that it is necessary to delete that conversation. However, um, I just want you to be mindful of it. I want you to remember that this is something that is very public, and there are just some things that should not be discussed in public, and there are private groups available to discuss these things in. Um, and you are definitely welcome to discuss them in the private areas, but on the live chat is not a private area. So I wanted to throw that out there because a lot of people do feel very uncomfortable with it. And I'm not singling anybody out. We all do it. I've even done it. And I catch myself doing it, and I have to stop myself from doing it. So my new rule, well, it's not a new rule, it's an old rule, but I'm just going to reiterate it, is leave the drama at the door. Leave your personal issues, psychological issues, stresses, anxieties, that sort of thing at the door, and just come in and enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the people, enjoy the coloring. Grab your pencils, sit back, relax, and color. You can definitely color with me. You can color your own thing. You can have a nice, relaxing chat with other people. Sorry, I was off screen. With other people in the chat, and just basically enjoy each other. That is what this group is about, what this community is about, is making friends and enjoying the company and the conversation and the coloring of other like-minded people. Um, we all have issues. That's why we color. Nobody's issues are more important than anybody else's. I just feel that um, this is supposed to be a space of relaxation, of enjoyment, and sometimes having certain conversations is not relaxing or enjoyable to everybody in the group, myself included. So, um, if I'm not comfortable and I'm not relaxed, then things get shut off early. Just saying. I'm going to tip you up a little bit here because I'm off screen again. I'm just using a number 8, which is a gray, because this is a night scene. I'm making the tree quite dark, especially in the shadow areas here. I will be coming through underneath these mushrooms with a little bit of color glow coming off the mushrooms, but I want the gray in there just to fill in that dark space. Another thing that I have noticed that is going on in the chat that I need to address is the competitive aspect of it. Of I have this, I have that, I have this, um, or that sort of thing. I don't mind you coming in and saying, I got a new set of pencils. They're really cool. I got Happy Mail, and this is what I got in my Happy Mail. But to come into the chat and discuss, the different, when somebody comes into the chat with Happy Mail or comes into the chat with a new set of pencils or a new book that they have, you don't have to outdo them. You don't have to one-up them. And I feel there's been a lot of one-upmanship going on, and there's no need for it. We're everybody has different things that they enjoy, and has different sets of pencils that they enjoy. So I just find that there's a little bit of one-upmanship going on, and once again, that's a bit of drama, and we don't need that here. Basically, my whole outlook on my live streams and what I enjoy about them is being able just to walk away from all the issues in my life, all the problems in my life, grab a set of pencils, and immerse myself into the page that I'm coloring, the atmosphere, the whimsicalness of it, or that sort of thing. Put myself basically the same way I do a book, of put myself in that surrounding instead of in any sort of surroundings that is giving me anxiety or that sort of thing. Like I said, we all have issues. I'm not saying I am without issues. I have many of them. I choose not to dwell on them, especially during my coloring time. It's the same with when I read a book. I read a book so I can get away from those issues. I don't read a book because I want to compare myself to that book, but I do read a book so that I can dive into that other realm of existence and to take on that imaginary situation. I like letting my imagination run wild every once in a while, and just forget that I've got a sink full of dishes, or that I haven't vacuumed in a week because my body is not liking it. Um, you know, those sorts of things. I would rather have a good conversation about different products, about different coloring books, about the book that we're coloring in, the artist that we're working with. I prefer to have those conversations than the conversations of mental illness or physical illness that have been going on. Once again, I am not saying that you cannot come into chat and say, I'm not feeling all that great today, or I'm really stressed today. I'm not saying you can't do that. What I'm saying is leave it at that. You can come in and relieve some of that stress and some of that anxiety and some of that reminder that you're not feeling well when you come in to chat. But the rest of it, the details of it, you can definitely leave at the door and forget about it for 2 hours while you're hanging out. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I know some days when I'm really anxious or I'm really in my own head, I do every once in a while tend to do the same thing. And I catch myself and back myself up. I do get into those conversations of, I'm really sad or I'm really irritated that I want to have a piece of chocolate cake, but I can't have a piece of chocolate cake because the chocolate cake we have is got sugar in it and gluten in it and dairy in it and all the things that my body has decided, yeah, you can't have. And I do get into those conversations and I do have to pull myself back from them before I get to a point where I'm just really depressed about the entire situation. Because it is a depressing situation and I can easily bury myself in that depression, but I choose not to. Do something good for yourself, and while you're in streams and in your coloring mode of not diving into that depression. Don't dive into those conversations where you may find that your happy place is now not a happy place. Let's keep the chat, let's keep the coloring corner a happy place for everybody. And I'm going to get off my soapbox now. I'm just going to go through and we're just going to color this entryway here. I'm going to use some brown in there because I want to darken that brown up. There's all sorts of cute little doorways and crevices in this tree. It's awesome. All the fairies live in the trees. It is my husband's birthday today, so I am not going to stay on the video too long. He does have things that he would like to do, so I will be cutting it short here in just a few minutes. I just wanted to come in and remind everybody, including myself, because I know sometimes I do it too. I am definitely not perfect with it myself, but you just need to remember that we are here for enjoyment. We are here for relaxation. Um, we're here to leave our issues behind us for a couple of hours, to sit and chat and enjoy each other's company without having the illnesses that we all suffer from rear their ugly heads and start nitpicking at us. Because that's what mine do. Mine nitpick at me. And sometimes are quite depressing if I let them be. So you just have to remember to not let them be. Let them leave you alone for a little while. I'm going to come in with number 76 now. And we're just going to brown up this area here. I'm going to leave this area lighter because that lantern is glowing down as well as the moonlight. darken up in there. And of course, you know, trees and everything else have all different colors in their bark. So I'm not too concerned about making sure that it's absolutely perfect. I put in some brown here on this door. And then we're going to take that lighter, actually I think it's darker, blacky gray here. I'm just going to take the black and then we'll go over it with the light gray on the stairs here. Just because, you know, as you wear stairs down, they become lighter. And of course now I can't find my light gray. Hold on. There it is. No, that's brown. There's the gray. You know, we start wearing that wood down past the bark and the weather gets to the wood and it starts graying itself out. So now we're going to just take a little tiny bit of green, of an olivey green, and we're going to put that there. And then we're going to take this brown, yeah. And we're just going to fill in that door. Make it a nice happy door. This is number 73. We're going to do the same thing on this door. And we're going to take number 77, which is a darker brown. And we're going to come through and put in those shadows. Like that. Same with on the steps here. This one is still pretty much in the bark, so we're going to leave this nice and dark. Like so. And we're going to take this one here. So this one here is number 16. And we're going to add it to the lighter areas here, where that yellow glow from the lantern is going to be, as well as where the moonlight is going to hit. We're going to use that lighter color. Lighten up that area. So we've got some moonlight that's going to hit down here. And I probably wasn't on screen, so so we've used it up here in the lighter areas coming down, lightening up where that lantern's light is going to hit. And then we're going to come down here into the lighter areas where that moonlight is going to hit. And where that candlelight is going to hit. And we're just going to lighten up those areas. Like so. And we're going to take that medium brown there. And we're just going to come into those darker areas and just give a little bit more brown color. Again, I know this is a night scene, so I'm staying in the darker colors as much as I can and darkening up a lot of the lighter areas with that red browns and dark browns. And we have another doorway here, so we will be coloring in that doorway as well. Of course, on Saturday we will be grabbing another work in progress and finishing that up the best we can. And then on Sunday, which will be the last day of the event, there will be a special live stream on Sunday from myself at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I will close out the event at that point. Um, I will be doing a very special giveaway that has been permitted by the artist of an entire set of these PDFs. So all of her Mystical Lands books, except for the Christmas books, will be in one giveaway on Sunday. Until then, there are several other YouTube artists that are going live or doing a premiere. Of course, the um, schedule is listed under all live streams that have to do with the event. So please make sure that if you are looking for the event live stream, just go to the events schedule. Just go to any of the events live streams um, of the YouTubers that are participating, and either save it or print it out, one or the other, whichever you feel comfortable with doing. And that will give you a better insight into who's doing what when, so that you can keep track and participate in all of the streamers. I do believe that we have Divisa later on today, and we have Be Cozy tomorrow. And then on Saturday, of course, is myself and Amazon Tammy. Sunday is Shell Artie and Divisa, who is DJ's Colorful Escape, as well as myself. So it's a really good lineup. Lots of different people there to hang out with. Lots of different pictures to color. So please make sure that you come hang out, have fun. Again, I'm going to just throw it out there. Please, please, please make sure that you leave your issues at the door. We are here to be entertained, to talk, to hang out, to enjoy each other's company, um, not to feel the stress of other people around us, and not to stress ourselves. Leave the stress at the door. We don't need it. You don't need it. We need a nice quiet place to hang out and just forget everything. And that's what I created my channel for, and what I would like to maintain in my live chats is a nice safe place for people not to think, not to worry, not to stress, not to be anxious. And the that's the whole thing. That's what I want happening in my chat, is for people to be able to feel comfortable at all times, and for people to enjoy each other's company and enjoy the coloring. We're here as colorists. We're not here as therapists. We're not here as a dumping ground. We're here to enjoy each other's company and to color. And that's it. All right, so I've got the tree done. I'm going to switch it over to the main screen here so you can see the tree completed in all its glory. So I will finish up the mushrooms and the castle ornament there. Well, let's finish that up right now while we're here. I'm going to actually start with some browns, and then I'm going to go into some greens. So I'm going to turn this sideways here so I can do the flicks for the wood. And I'm just flicking in the direction that the wood grain is sitting in. If you flick, you get that light little tip of the wood grain. I'll switch over here so you can see. There you go. That's better. Then we're going to use this one here, which is number 73. And as you can probably see that it starts off hard and then it starts fading out towards the end in a nice little tail. And that's what we want this grain to have here. Alright, now we're going to add some of this one here, which is number 57. Now I'm going to fill in some of those areas without the flicks. I'm just going to color my normal way because I want that to be a heavy total coverage area. I want that color to be fairly dark in there and blend into the greens back there. I need to also grab a green gel pen or some green ink and fill in the leaves there. Now I'm coming in with number 56. Again, just bringing in some of that green. And then we're going to take our gray. So this is number 80. And we're going to use a little bit heavier of a hand. Fill in the nail holes, or the nails, not the holes, but the nails. And we're going to gray down our colors there, which age it. Gives it a little bit of aged wood look, which is what I was going for. There's a bit of that moss on it, a bit of age on it. And there we have it. So that's how I wanted to do that. I will come through with some green gel, not gel, probably gel stick or ink, and I will fill in all the little areas there, as well as I will color these using a variety of reds and yellows. I will, of course, post this once it's completed on my Instagram. So that is the Castle Orman that Tanya started in her stream times on the past 2 Mondays. This is from the Mystical Lands of Oshana, Book 2. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed the video, enjoyed the little bit of coloring, and I really hope that you understand the necessity, the reason between, for this video and for the information that I've put forth today. All right, guys, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Definitely make sure that you come out to the live streams and enjoy yourselves. All right, guys, with that, bye-bye for now.